We have a host of pretty cool little miniature tools that will help with your EDC. We've got some from Leatherman, some from overseas, and then some from another YouTuber that we'll talk about a little later. So tonight, one of the first things I want to start with is the brand new Leatherman OPNR. So essentially the opener. This right here has what they label as 4 different tools. They have the keychain hole, which will be this one right back here, and then the bottle opener, which is this slot right here. They have the pry and the screwdriver and the package opener all located on this outside edge right here. So that is what you get for $10. And then if you're not a member of Leatherman, a Leatherman insider like I am, and I have bought plenty of Leatherman tools, so I now get free shipping, you have to pay an extra like $6 or so for shipping. So this ends up to be almost $20. Now Leatherman does market this opener as basically just carrying what you need and nothing more. Now I am pretty enthused about Decoyu's brand new X1 multi-tool. They've made a huge number of improvements, but for some people, even this will be a little bit too heavy to carry. And I even prefer my smaller multi-tools that I've made myself, even though this is a fantastic tool. So I do get why some people would really be into this and enjoy carrying just a very simple tool. Now, let's go ahead and compare that to TooltechGeek. He has his own YouTube channel, and I was able to meet him a week or two ago, and he dropped off several of his brand new tools, and we're going to talk about this tonight. So tonight, let's go ahead and meet the lightweight mini multi-tool with flat bit. This is from TooltechGeek. This is made out of titanium. Now, some of the things that I really like about this is that it does hold this flat bit pretty securely, so it's not just falling out of here. That's pretty nice. This is made out of titanium. It comes in around $15 with free shipping. So this is what you get, the bit and the tool right here. I like that it has this 1/4 inch bit driver. Now, when we look at the other tools besides the 1/4 inch driver, we have the flat scraper. That is this section right here, the flat scraper. There is the serrated edge over here. And the flathead screwdriver we talked about, the multi-purpose sharp point. That is right here. You could use that to open packages and so forth. There is the high curvature scraper. This is what he's labeled this right here. And then also in this slot right here, the small wire and paper clip bender. And number 10, this flat spot right here is scraper, the high torque flat screwdriver, camera plate screwdriver. And then 11 on this side, the 2-dimensional Phillips screwdriver. And then he ends up with saying new uses you will discover, and I'm sure you will. This right here is a pretty neat little tool. You can use it to open packages, which I think a lot of people would find useful. One of the things I notice is some of these edges are a little sharper than we're used to, but he is meaning this to be used as a scraper. So when you're handling this in the pocket, that's something that you might not be used to. For instance, Leatherman does invest, seems like, fairly heavily into rounding all their edges and so forth. But with this, part of its use is as a scraper, so you will find a little bit more sharp edges. Also, because this is laser cut out in Nevada, I believe it is, some of these will have some hot marks. Like this has a little dark spot right here where I think some of the burning metal did give it some character, I guess you could say. So that's what some of these will end up with. But overall, I think this is a fairly neat idea from TooltechGeek, trying to go ultra minimalist. This is so light. I don't know. I know he has a video. Make sure to check out his YouTube channel where he talks about many cool things, and he is doing an upgraded version of this. Yeah, it doesn't even register, well, 0.1, like 0.0. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't hardly even, let's go to grams. I'm not even registering anything. 2 grams? Okay, 2 grams. It is very, very light. Let's compare that to the Leatherman opener. That's 15 grams. Yeah, so this is a very, very lightweight tool. He is making an extended version. It looks like possibly to put in almost like a credit card holder to stick in your wallet, which is fascinating. So make sure to check him out. And also I will put links to his YouTube channel and his Etsy page as well. So not too long ago, I went on a fidget tool craze where I was trying to buy all these metal fidget toys that actually had a purpose to them. And this supposedly does, this is a scale roller hand spinner metal fidget toy anti-stress, and it goes on and on. That's the description for this on AliExpress. This comes in around $10. This right here has centimeters, and so on it, and supposedly you can roll this and you can measure. It is a ruling measuring device. Now, there are some very expensive versions of these on Etsy and eBay, and I think Amazon, some 50, 60, maybe more dollars. But this one right here was very cheap, and it actually does have really good ball bearings inside. It is fairly satisfying. It goes on and on and on. I'll just go ahead and just, I'll just let that spin right there. But yeah, so it spins a lot. And then another one that I found was this one right here. Now I think this is maybe a copy of a more expensive one. This one came in around $20 or so. This one also has centimeters right here, or millimeters, obviously, if you add a 0 to it. But this one right here, pretty much that's all it does. It's just a slide ruler. You can measure for a little bit, and then you can just do this all day long. So if you want to annoy those who are next to you for about $40, you can buy both of these and yeah, annoy everyone in the room. But this spins for a very long time. This right here is pretty buttery smooth right here, or smooth. It has those tines that it hits, but yeah, pretty cool. This is fairly heavy. It does almost feel like a miniature paperweight. Both of these are actual metal, not just plastic. This might be like lighter brass right here, but they are actually made out of metal. So I actually found these interesting. I think these are sort of cool, but definitely out of the norm when you think of multi-tools. Now, this is one of those things that I found on AliExpress, and now it says it is not available. That's what happens different times. Sometimes I snatch things up and they disappear, but this was an interesting little item. I think I paid around $15 for this right here, but this is a titanium tweezer. And if you see, they've made little tiny cuts in here so that it almost acts as a spring. Really interesting. Then it fits right here, snaps into place. You have this little like pocket clip and also a key ring. So you multiple ways, or you can just put on a key ring just like this, but I do like this holder. And I thought it was a nice little, I don't know if you really would call it a fidget toy, but a nice little pair of tweezers right here. I was going with a titanium theme. I was trying to find a bunch of titanium tools, and this right here sort of caught my fancy. So let me know what you think about these small miniature tools. I actually have a ton more that I'd love to share with you in a future video. Perhaps we'll do that soon, but let me know what you think about the new Leatherman opener. Let me know what you think about TooltechGeek's tool. Do you like a larger version of this? What are some other things you would like added to this? It is a great time in the multi-tool world because tons of things are happening, so make sure to stay tuned.